Guys, all right. What is going on, everyone? As always, this is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm coming at you for my live review of Monday Night Raw from the January 28th, 2019 edition of Monday Night Raw. That took place, of course, in Phoenix, Arizona, same place we've been the past several days, of course, with TakeOver, Rumble, and, of course, now Raw and SmackDown this week, and 205 Live, and also NXT UK because they're recording 3 shows. Supposed to be recording 3 shows there this weekend, so awesome. But yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about the Fallout show from the long but fun show, I thought, from Royal Rumble 2019. We are now 69 days away from WrestleMania 35. Boy, oh boy, guys, can I say after this show, well, with some stuff that happened on this show, I cannot wait for WrestleMania 35. So the hype for WrestleMania 35 is there. Hype for Elimination Chamber? Not really. This overall show, mixed bag of results. Inconsistent show. Was a night of the heels getting the upper hand, I felt. For the most part, I felt. Some other things here and there, but this show was a little inconsistent. I mean, it started off hot. Like the first, half hour or so, I loved it. Then I gotta say, for maybe like 40 minutes into the show until the end of the second hour, I was just like, what the hell? Like there's a lot of ranting to do within that hour and a half or so. Wait, hour and 20 minutes, like something like that. So yeah, we're definitely going to do a little ranting with that as well, especially something that really pissed me off tonight that they did. I'm like, you serious? Why? Like, I just don't know. But as far as, to the big matches for Mania, obviously, that were hyped tonight, got me ready. 69 days till I'll be sitting down in section 126 in MetLife Stadium at WrestleMania 35 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and I cannot wait for sure. Especially because the ones who are going to be headlining the show for sure. But we'll get into the show. So again, as I said, this Raw was definitely a mixed bag of results. Again, things I liked, things I did not like. But the stuff for Mania, like the high note stuff, of course I did. Little nitpick about that main event, though, but very, very little nitpick, of course. But we'll get to that, later on. But let's check the live chat first, see who we got. We just got Mark so far. Not too bad, Mark. It looks like they're teasing intergender matches. Who knows what they're doing with that? Or basically just for the humor. We'll talk about that turn for sure, Mark. That pissed me off. Becky was going to show up to challenge Ronda. You called it right, and boy, oh boy, again, was that was awesome. Like that whole segment with Becky and Ronda tonight, that was hot. That was freaking awesome. I loved it. But thank you for joining me, Mark. Let's move on now to the beginning of the stream. And also, guys, as always, if you follow me on Twitter, also to promote a little bit more, make sure to check out my polls on Twitter to definitely, cast your votes and whatnot. We'll forward to what grade you give the show tonight, of course, and we will, share those results at the end. So let's get rolling here. The show opened up with the winner of the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble match, Seth freaking Rollins. Burn it down! And now he's got my hashtag until WrestleMania 35 is going to be hashtag Slay the Beast. That's the hashtag I think we need to get trending. Hashtag Slay the Beast. And we're going to be rolling from there, of course, when as we're having it all hyped up. So Seth comes out and says, he said 30 guys were going to go to the Rumble and lay it all on the line, and the reason he was going to outlast 29 of them was because of heart and determination. That's why he won. He's getting a lot of "you deserve it" chants in the crowd, which is for sure, definitely. The man deserves it for crying out loud. Everything he's gone through, of course, with the knee, and even like kayfabe-wise and real-life-wise, his knee injury that, took him away from being in WrestleMania 32 to, having kind of being restored back to the mid card levels. To finally, getting again, I feel that Rollins, biggest, momentum gainer was when he was that gauntlet match last. Like that maybe wanting to see him get that Universal title back. I mean, the main event seemed a lot more than when that happened, that gauntlet match. But definitely all he's been through, he definitely for sure deserves it. And of course, the story he's told as well. He betrayed his Shield brothers to join the Authority, and then of course, when he was broken by himself, he started realize that he's still great without them and whatnot, and he without the Authority and everything, and overcoming Triple H. He had some brief runs of the tag titles as well. He had a great run of the couple brief runs of the IC title, which were great as well. But he's had gone through some broken heart issues, since October when Roman was leukemia, and then Dean Ambrose turned on him. So the guy's been through a lot storyline wise also. But he's gonna use the chance. He promised himself he wasn't gonna no matter what, but it's a once in a lifetime shot. So he's gonna point at the sign. And of course, as always, everybody's got to point at the WrestleMania sign, which was there for real this time, because last night it wasn't. It was just on the screen, but it was it was there tonight. He got the point at it. He says some kids grow up wanting to walk on the moon, but all you ever wanted to do is point at that sign and main event WrestleMania, which once again, it's sick of people when they say, "Oh, the winner of the Royal Rumble main events WrestleMania." Did last year's Royal Rumble winner main event WrestleMania? No. Did the year before main event WrestleMania? No. Did 32? Yes. 31? Yes. 30? Yes. 29? Yes. 28? No. So not everybody who wins the Rumble main event's WrestleMania. Well, the men's at least this year. This year, I mean, I love you, Seth, but I really think it's going to be Ronda and Becky main eventing WrestleMania this year. Unless Charlotte somehow gets it started in there, but right now it's definitely just Ronda and Becky, which, let's go. I cannot wait. We'll get to that more shortly. But anyways, but winning the Rumble was only the beginning, because now he's got a choice to make. He head over to SmackDown to challenge one of his good lifelong friends, Daniel Bryan, or he could go to Suplex City and challenge Brock for the Universal Championship. And then, again, to take his belt and slay the Beast chance going. Seth says it'll take some time for him to think and make that decision. But then out comes Triple H. He says, and this is kind of like a tearful moment for Triple H. He's like, he's glad Seth lived his dream and pointed at the sign. And just a couple of months ago, he challenged him to bring the real Seth Rollins back, and he's known that dream. Rollins stepped up to that challenge, and he's proud of him for it. And the Rumble was designed to test your limits until there is only one. And last night we found out who the one is: Seth freaking Rollins. And now he has a decision of who to burn down, much as Becky Lynch has the same decision. What the heck is this? Oh no, this is some pointless. She's gonna make hers tomorrow on SmackDown. Yeah, right. That's not what happened. But Seth needs to make his tonight, which I was a little like, okay, why do you have to make this tonight? Because last year Asuka didn't make her decision until Fastlane. So like, why is it also now? It's like, well, last year was it now? But now it's they make the decision. Has to make a decision tonight. Rollins knows how fast the machine moves, and they need to know tonight. Got to the end of the night, and both champions will be here. Seth says that's one of the hardest decisions in his life, but if it has to be tonight, it has to be. And then we hear the siren. Out comes Dean Ambrose, who I'm like, okay, obviously they're continuing this feud. I just feel like there's still unfinished business between them. He says this whole father-son shtick makes him sick, and points out that Triple H didn't even believe in Rollins and wanted to get rid of him back in FCW. But they promised to get together and take WWE together. Triple H asks Seth if Dean if he wants to bring up the brother angle. He might want to remember how he turned his back on Seth when Roman announced his leukemia. Ambrose tells Triple H this isn't any of his business, and of course, Hunter and Triple H and Ambrose got face to face. And again, like when Dean first came back in August, I'm like, he was like like a thinner Triple H, and the resemblance really did show when they were like nose to nose and whatnot. But he then calls Rollins a kiss ass to boot, and he even hopes he beats Lesnar or Bryan, because the one guy he's never been able to beat without help is Dean. He asks Hunter to use his stroke to make a match between the two of them in the ring tonight, and Triple H then starts to walk out of the ring without an answer, until Ambrose leans underneath the post, underneath the ropes, and he says, unless you need to get permission from your father-in-law first. And then we're getting a yes, he does chance going. And I don't know about you guys, like the slightest part of me was thinking, okay, I come on. Dean's wife is sitting like right on commentary booth. Like Triple H needs to fire some type of shot back at that. You sure you wanted me to embarrass you in front of your wife or something like that? I was hoping Triple H would say, but he did not say that. Which I would like, there's like something similar to that, like a nice little zinger there. Like, do you want me to embarrass you in front of your wife or what not? Something like that. But then Triple H calls out John Cone, and we get the match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And at first, of course, I thought this match something's going to happen, because my opinion was, well, then I'm thinking, Seth can't really lose neither winning the Rumble. I feel like something's going to happen, because I wanted to see this. They have like at least one more pay-per-view match. I mean, maybe not at Chamber, but at least maybe like Fastlane in the main event of Fastlane 3 Stage. I felt like that's a simple storyline. Okay, it's true. Has Seth ever beaten Dean by himself without any help at all whatsoever? That could lead to, again, the 3 Stages of Hell match or something. Instead, we got a clean and solid, wrestling match. Again, I remember, again, we like their match at TLC was not that good. Like it was a snooze fest for sure. But this match was better. Then again, it wasn't, in the midst of like a really long pay-per-view, which was, again, it's a big problem with pay-per-views. I mean, that they, Rumble was good, but, once again, it was long as hell. And TLC was kind of, dragging on as well, too, after a while. But I thought it was a solid match. And gotta give props to Ambrose also. He sells the hell out of that curb stomp. Rollins hits Ambrose with a curb stomp to win the match. So then it kind of looked like to me that this feud with Seth and Dean is over. Like, Seth, shut up Dean and is moving on now. So I'm like, wow. Which to me was a little bit disappointing, because, yeah, I just really hope that, this feud with Rollins and Ambrose is going to, be like some big, main event, feud or something like that. Again, if Rollins was not going to be facing a Lesnar, I was hoping they would have had Ambrose and Rollins at Mania, because I think that was the original plan for last year's Mania until Ambrose got hurt. But I was hoping, even if, Ambrose didn't win the feud, he would at least come out, elevated more as a heel. And although, again, like he keeps showing potential, but it's like, I feel, it didn't elevate Dean enough in his heel role when he was feuding with Rollins. So a little disappointed, but again, I give the match, it was solid. But here's where the show started going downhill for me. Well, the middle of the show, at least, that went downhill big time. So afterwards, Dean was in the ring, and I'm thinking they're probably going to set some type of feud up for Dean. I'm like, okay, maybe you're going to have, like maybe Aleister Black will debut here, because Black eliminated Ambrose last night at the Rumble. So I thought, okay, maybe you'll have. I mean, I thought maybe Aleister Black and Randy Orton, but I'd be completely cool with Aleister Black and Dean Ambrose. But Dean was sitting in the ring, after commercial, and he said he has something to share with us. But he didn't get to talk, because guess who came out? Nia Jax. Take a page out of the Lexman's book, by the way. Once again, Nia Jax and Tamina come out before he could talk. Her and Dean start jawing at each other. I'm like, Dean, your wife is sitting right there in the commentary booth. I thought they were going to kiss. Like, I seriously thought they were going to kiss. I'm like, no, Dean, no. Like, I'm sure there's someone else out there for Nia. You're married, again, and I'm sorry. Again, I'm just slowly becoming more and more less of a fan of Nia Jax. And I'm just like, please just don't do this. Instead of that happening, she hits Dean with this really weak looking forearm, and he just kind of shrugs it off, and he left the ring. I'm just like, okay, that was just stupid. Now you're just trying to be too funny with this whole thing. Oh, she got into the men's rumble out there. It's just so stupid. Again, I did hear a rumor that apparently that only happened because Lars Sullivan was not ready. I heard that was supposed to be Lars Sullivan at number 30. But that's apparently the best thing to replace her with was Nia Jax, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Well, then we're told that Nia Jax and Tamina are getting ready to take on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James in a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber match for the new WWE Women's Tag Titles. And they did this handicap promo with, again, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, pretty much just, being bullies, just doing the same crap they said to Nia Jax last year before Mania season. So again, why are we having qualifying matches for this, tag team Elimination Chamber tag team thing? There's not enough people to have qualifying matches on this show to begin with. Like they announced who Sasha and Bayley are facing next week. I can't even tell you who it was. I completely forgot. But it's like there's no depth in this division at all. Like, why is this happening? Like, why are we doing these? Like, why can't we just pick, some people like, if they would have picked, Nia and Tamina, because they're an established team, the Riot Squad, Bayley and Sasha, okay. I mean, yes, they're not all like, my favorites. I'm like, I can't stand Nia and Tamina. I'm not a fan of the Riot Squad, of course, because I think Ruby should be on her own. But of course, Sasha and Bayley, are probably going to win it. But again, that's at least some type of depth right there. And then SmackDown, the Iconics, Sonya and Mandy, and I don't know who else is going to be the third team. But, it was just like there's not enough depth, because listen to these tag matches. So we have pretty much two sets of bullies going at each other in a match that again, heel-on-heel matches can happen and they can work. But this did not work for me at all. And then, I mean, I'll give the credit that, Alexa Bliss, didn't look too bad in the ring either, again, with her being out for quite a while, and she did fine in the Rumble last night also. But towards the end of the match, Nia Jax had Mickie James in a fireman's carry. Alexa goes to the top, then she sees Nia that spots her, she thinks twice about it, but then she literally just stands there and lets Nia grab her to do a double Samoan drop to win for them to qualify for the chamber. Like, I just felt like I wasted my time. Like, there is no depth with this whole women's tag title stuff. I mean, yes, at least we're having just one women's tag title for the entire, for both the brands, just one tag title, not two sets of tag titles, okay. But in general, there's just not enough depth at all to even have these qualifying matches. It's just throwing random people together, because you'll never guess who we got later on tonight. Of course, we'll get to that in a little bit. But I didn't care. So Nia Jax, Tamina, okay, they're going to the Elimination Chamber. Then, oh gosh, this was even awful too. We have Kurt, well, not the interviews, what happened, the match happened. We have Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. Before the match starts, Kurt Angle was getting a backstage interview. He talks about his match against Drew McIntyre, and how it was a heartbreaking loss. And truth be told, yes, it put over McIntyre big, but Kurt did not look good at all in this match. But he only had like 3 minutes in the Rumble yet last night. I thought he looked probably the best he's looked in a while. But then he said it's taking a long time to get over this loss, but the longer to get to a match against Corbin, so Corbin should be worried, as he wants to get his come-up on Corbin. Then Kurt makes his way out, and Corbin gets on a microphone and says, "One of the greatest ever." Kurt's one of the greatest ever. Brings up his gold medal before saying he knows that Kurt believes he's got one more great run left in him, but that's just not true. And when he hurts him, it's all gonna be their fault for convincing him. And then Angle then decks Corbin, and then we have this slow and just another match that, no offense, is really showing that Kurt really doesn't have it anymore. Again, I love the guy to death, respect everything he's done for this business, for his story with him coming back and, being involved in the match with Ronda Rousey, for, helping out the Shield, whatever, Roman went down at TLC in 2018, even though that match again was still weird. It he just did not look good in this match. Like, he looked weak. Like, he hit an angle slam on Corbin. Corbin got kicked out like it was nothing. He had him in an ankle lock, but it felt like it was there, but then Corbin easily kicked out of it. And he beat Angle with a deep six, which, is a nice looking move. I'll give credit, but to beat a legend with just like a stun move, I'm just like, And then afterwards, Corbin hits him with an end of days. And my question is, like, why is Corbin all of a sudden getting all these wins? I don't know. Again, I used to be high on the guy. Like when he was on SmackDown until he got screwed with the Money in the Bank contract. I was high on him. Now, he's just, again, that general manager role just really hurt him. And now it's like I can't get behind him, and I'm just not getting why he's getting these big wins all of a sudden. Like it's nothing that's really really like interesting me. Like it's more so like, okay, why? I keep saying, okay, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Oh, I know why. Because at some point with Speed that's still continuing on, and he's involved with, which I have a bad feeling of what it's going to set up for, and I'm not for it at all. Trust me. But we'll get to that in a little bit. He came back into the match and hit him out with an end of days. Also, just get his finishing maneuver in there. We see Finn Balor backstage, showing signs of being all beat up from against Brock Lesnar last night. He gets greetings, and he's put over by Slater and Rhino, Apollo Crews, Heavy Machinery, of course, his good friends of NXT, Sasha Banks and Bayley. We then see Finn Balor make his entrance after commercial. He says last night he went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar for 10 minutes, but no excuses. Brock beat him, and then he beat him down again. He's never felt speed or power like that, and today he's hurt. But he's not standing here hanging his head low because Brock Lesnar beat him that hard because he made him believe. And then out came Bobby Lashley with Lio Rush. Rush saying that it's a disgrace, a twerp like Balor even got a title shot. We all know he almost beat Lesnar, but he wouldn't stand a snowball's chance in hell against Bobby Lashley, who's bigger, faster, and stronger than Brock will ever be. That little ass whipping Balor took last night is nothing next to what Lashley would do to him. Balor's response is to point out how he lasted longer with Lesnar, like 10 minutes in that match, and Lashley in the Rumble 12 seconds, which then Lashley just snaps that he beats down Balor, which okay, aggressive. Again, Bobby Lashley again is at least being aggressive, but again, they already kind of did this, again in the fall between these two, and it just wasn't going to get behind. But if it leads to eventually Finn Balor becoming Intercontinental Champion, then I'm completely cool with this. So I'm guessing, either at Chamber or Fastlane, or because we're having two pay-per-views for WrestleMania, because that's how it was before. I have one every month, which there really even shouldn't be any pay-per-views in between WrestleMania and the Rumble. But Finn Balor, I guess he's going to take on Bobby Lashley. Maybe he'll be the one to dethrone Bobby Lashley, the IC title. Who knows? I mean, again, at least Lashley's being aggressive, like, with these beatdowns and whatnot. But again, it's just it's not really, completely, raising my heads big time for sure. So this was okay, I gotta say. I believe, yeah. Let's check the live chat first before I continue on. Let me see here. Let's see here. What's up, Jalen? Nice to join us again. This doesn't know how to spell Jeff Jarrett's name correctly. Not sure. It didn't announce the first Hall of Fame or the next venue or day of next year's Rumble. I still thought at least there was going to be there was I first thought there was going to be the first Hall of Fame announced usually the week before Rumble. Again, I'm surprised they haven't announced it either. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I first thought they were teasing something between Dean and Triple H, which they had a good match. Again at that little network special Roadblock before WrestleMania 32, they had a really good match for sure. So I mean, maybe they can put on something good again if it would do that. But I still think I would like to see if Triple H is healthy by Mania, him take on Batista still. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what Seth had to think about. I know he just as tired as we are of having a part-timer as champion. That is true. Even though, again, another reasonable, opponent for him would definitely be Daniel Bryan, which I think would also be an awesome match for sure. What's up, Elite Squad? Saying, okay, show, I agree. But this is something they're trying to give Corbin a push because he beat Elias twice and then he beat a Hall of Famer. I hope not. I mean, I'll get to what I'm worried is going to happen, and I do not like this thought whatsoever. We'll get to that towards the end. I hyped for Rousey versus Lynch and Seth versus however picks most likely Brock Lesnar. It was like it was Brock's. Brock. I mean, we didn't see NXT call-ups. Other than seeing heavy machinery backstage, yeah, where was the NXT call-ups? No EC3, no Lacey Evans. Yeah, again, who knows what the hell they're doing with those. I really, 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 really wish they stopped giving Leo Rush a microphone. Again, the guy's awesome in the ring, but yeah, again, that voice is so annoying as hell. Thank you guys for something a lot of chat. We have Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the recently reformed team. You know, they're formerly known as the Edge Heads. First time a team got in over 10 years. They said take on the Revival. Look, I'm all for giving this a chance because give Zack Ryder to it. Maybe it is putting some type of sympathy behind Kurt Hawkins and his losing streak, but the right people for them to face was not the Revival. The Revival is just in this big drought. So why would you have them face the Revival in their first match back as a team? And I don't know when the last time Zack Ryder was on a main show, but the Revival do win as suspected. And then we have Daniel Bryan, who we were told that he was going to be here for and he was going to be there for Rollins to pick which champion he wanted to face. He's there with his new little ally in Eric Rowan, which I'm still wondering what is up with that. I mean, I'm starting to wonder if they're maybe going to have like a match with him, and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 35, which truth be told, I would be for that match because again, they had that awesome match at the 2014 Rumble event. So if that's what's leading to, cool. But we're gonna see where it's going tomorrow on SmackDown. But Bryan was interviewed, and he says he would have beaten AJ Styles last night no matter what. And as for Rollins, who celebrates pollution every time he talks about burning it down, he won't wait for WrestleMania. He'll end his hopes tonight. And how did that happen? We'll get to that later on. And then here's something that just pissed me off to no end. This is kind of a repetition of what happened at the beginning of the Rumble last night, except this time it for sure just made me mad. I was fuming with this. We have Elias in the ring about to sing us a song. He does his usual thing, saying he wants to walk with Elias, but then he starts saying, we let him down by not being fast enough on the draw with our cheers, and says we're not worthy of his songs anymore. They're for him now, and he's got one right now he's going to play. He's saying that he's giving us a chance, and I'm like, wait. We're not doing what I think we're doing here. No. Like, don't even think about this. But then Jeff Jarrett comes out, and he questions the idea of Elias having a problem with the people since he has a problem with him, and he spells his own name because that's his gimmick. Which, again, I thought last night was like, okay, Jeff Jarrett really meant to be that light to begin with. So when it came out last night, I didn't really think of Elias being a heel again. I thought, that's him just getting rid of a guy like Jeff Jarrett. But I should have known it was a heel turn. Because guess who would also come out? Mr. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better block somebody. And I'm like, what? And why? He comes out. He asks if he's got it straight that Elias just wants to perform for himself before telling him he should play with himself on his own time. And if he's not down with that, he's got 2 words for you. He mentioned something about also ruining the show or something like that, which is stupid, which he did ruin this show. As for Jeff himself, they want to sing a song. They start singing My Baby Tonight, My God in Heaven, and whatnot. Elias then cuts the music by cracking the guitar across Road Dogg's back. Boots Jarrett. Jarrett fires back with his right hands, backing him into the ropes, whips across, then he ducks and hits the jab. Then Jeff with the guitar in hand raises him, but Elias comes in with a punch and cracks it across the guitar across his back. You couldn't have given Elias more of a chance to face. Like, the guy was, yes, I get his wrestling skills were still not there, but the guy was just so entertaining. Like when he given the right stuff to say, the guy was, he was spitting out fire on the microphone, and I was loving every single second of it. And you barely get a chance, and now 2 months later, he's a heel again. What in the world? Like, I was angry. Like, I was fuming, and like you literally repeated what you did at the Game of the Rumble last night with Jeff Jarrett, and now you decided to bring out, of all people, Road Dogg, which, oh my God, I was angry. I was so mad. Just like you just literally just wasted a huge opportunity to make a big star. Elias is a babyface, so people are behind Walk with Elias. They are enjoying, they love what he does and whatnot. And yes, he doesn't have to be like, oh, you guys are so great, goody, 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 goody. No. He doesn't have to be like that. Look at Becky Lynch. Look at Pete Dunne. Look at several other people who just, don't have to be, like a nice guy, but, come across in some ways as a hero. And that's what Elias was doing. Now he's back to being a heel who's probably going to just job out to everyone again. Made me so angry. Biggest thing that made me mad at this show for sure. Then, oh my goodness. Remember how I said, this women's tag team division has no depth at all whatsoever? We have the next match. Dana Brooke and Natalya taking on Riot Squad's Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Apparently, Ember Moon was supposed to be Natty's tag team partner, but she wasn't. She was hurt. I don't know how she got hurt and whatnot. But Dana Brooke and Natalya. For real, we have them backstage getting ready, and Brooke says that she knows she wasn't the first choice. She's not going to let Natty down. Natty says it's about trying their hardest, to which Brooke says she's better than she is. Yeah, right. Again, I'm just not behind it. And then we had this really awkward promo with Mojo Rawley, which, again, I give Mojo credit that, he can kind of promo for sure, but this was just weird. He was in a dark room. And I'm like, who's he talking to? He's talking about how he has no one to blame but one person he's talking to. And then it realizes that in the end, it's him talking to himself in a mirror. He puts himself over and says, they think he's a nobody because of you. And he says, that ends now, and so everyone will see who he really is. So, again, I saw potential Mojo at the beginning of his singles run for sure, but not doing much with him at all, so I don't know what's going to happen. But so that was just weird. We have Dana Brooke and Natalya taking on Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad, and I just did not care at all. Liv Morgan pins Natalya, and they qualify for champion. It's just a waste. Again, like again, you want to include, we don't want to pick random people. I get that, but with this, there's no depth. There's just no depth in general. Why wasn't Ruby Riott one of the women? I don't see them having any plans to have her fight for the women's championship or anything anytime soon, but who the hell knows? And then we had this segment, and let me tell you something. I kind of felt bad for Ronda in some ways, but this just shows Ronda has to know when to not let the crowd get to her. Ronda came out, and this whole segment she was booed. And I wouldn't boo Ronda because I respect everything Ronda has done for this business. She's done an excellent job, with the year she's been here. But I get why people were booing because, obviously they know Becky's coming for her. And last year Ronda had her WrestleMania moment, and this time it's Becky's turn to have hers in the main event. And the more I saw this segment, the more I'm thinking, this has to really just be just Ronda and Becky now. Charlotte had her chance and she beat Ronda in some way at Survivor Series with it was by DQ. She had her moment. This has got to stay between Ronda and Becky. This is the match we want to see. I'm preferring this match now than the triple threat. But she says Ronda gets out there again, trying to fight off the boos. Saying, what's the point of dreaming if not big? And mentions how last year she made her debut at the end of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Now she's Raw Women's Champion. Last night, Sasha Banks gave her the fight of her life. But then after that, she's trying to, thank Sasha Banks, but she's obviously thrown out big time. And then she says, the next is WrestleMania. She points to the signing. You can tell Ronda was a fun. She flat out admitted that the crowd got her to stutter, which I'm like, okay. And she's still smiling while all this is happening. Again, that's the only two again. Like Ronda Rousey again, is supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet. Like she can't look like like friendly to I'm gonna kill you, friendly I'm gonna kill you, friendly I'm gonna kill you. So I gotta get a little bit of a smoother motion here. I gotta say. She points to the side and then she says she knows Becky Lynch is watching and she's got a choice to make. But again, it looked like she's supposed to say more, but she got thrown off and she actually started laughing. I'm just like, oh man, it's like it just showed that, again, love you, Ronda, but all due respect, like something you definitely have to work on is definitely not to let the crowd get to you. And it looked like that had to be all improvised. I mean, she's obviously going to say, who wants to challenge the champion tonight, whatnot. Bayley came out and says she's not Becky, but I'm Bayley. It's Bayley from the Boss and Hug connection. And since Ronda looks like she's out here for a fight, why not put the title on the line? As this was advertised for an open challenge. So again, like Ronda obviously had more to say, but that promo must have really screwed her up. Like the crowd like hijacking this segment probably really threw her off. And Bayley had to go out there and do like impromptu, like, hi, I'm Bayley from the Boston Hug Connection, whatnot. I'm just like, Bayley, we know who you are, trust me. But what was interesting is that to me, well, first of all, I gotta say this next match between the two of them was awesome. It was one of Bayley's best singles match, I gotta say, since her match with Asuka last year, at the second week after the Royal Rumble or so like that. That was, I gotta say, that was the last good singles match that I felt Bayley had. And even with that promo she cut when she came out, and and what I don't know because she was thrown off, but even during this match, like it looked like Bayley had a little bit of a mean streak, and if she did, I actually liked it. Like I keep saying I feel like if they're going to turn one of them, it should be Sasha, because Sasha is much better as a heel than a face. But I wouldn't be opposed to Bayley getting a run as a heel either. When I saw that, I'm like, she probably could play a villain in some ways. I gotta say, but I like how throughout this match, obviously Ronda had been weakened up by what happened with Sasha with her arms and her legs in the match. But Bayley took advantage of that for sure. And Bayley was aggressive again. Definitely, in my opinion, again, one of the best matches I've seen Bayley have in a long time, one-on-one for sure. But then eventually Ronda hits an avalanche flying armbar to get Bayley to tap out. And then afterwards, Ronda helps up Bayley, and Bayley accepts the handshake and whatnot. It's not respect. I thought, what if I got the edge again with that mean streak? Because again, to me, it kind of reminded me of how Roderick Strong last year when he was in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, randomly showed up. And again, that tournament, even though he didn't turn heel until TakeOver New Orleans, that tournament, felt like he was more of a heel. I started feeling Bayley acted a little bit more like a heel in this match, and props to her again, because I thought I actually enjoyed it. So again, if whenever they do decide to turn Bayley heel, I'd be for it, because she showed some signs of tonight. But then the biggest pop of the night, after Bayley and Sasha, shook hands out of respect, that seemed fine. Becky Lynch's music hit, and I just go, "Oh shit!" Like we haven't seen these two. Well, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte, did of course, cross paths at TLC, which again, I am still very surprised that, to get their comeuppance on Ronda, they didn't try to do anything during the match with her and Sasha last night. I forgot to mention that. I'm also surprised that Shayna Baszler did not show up in the Women's Rumble last night. I forgot to mention that also in my Rumble review. But Becky Lynch came out, and I'm like, oh boy, my face was glued to that TV for this whole segment. This, Ronda and Bayley had match the night. This was my segment. I mean, the stuff with Triple H and Seth again was awesome, but this was my best moment of the night. Becky came out, and she's still limping on her bad knee, and she told Ronnie, she's like, Ronnie, I told you I'd find a way back. Now, for about a year, she's been hearing about the baddest woman on the planet, But last time she came to this show, she dropped her right here on the mat in the ring. And even after that, Rousey never came looking to prove her title. So she's come to prove she ain't. And in case you didn't know, last night she won the Women's Royal Rumble. And I love this shot she fired. She's like, unlike Seth Rollins, she doesn't need much time to think. I choose you. At WrestleMania, she's going to break her mystique, take her title, and kick her ass in front of the whole world. And the whole time, Ronda staring at her like looking angry, like dead in the eyes. Becky the whole time has just this smug look on her face, like, that's the best you got? Is this the best you got? And whatnot. Ronda then like demands for a microphone. I thought that was going to be it right there, but Ronda then demands for a microphone. And she says, I want the whole world to hear this. I don't just want to beat you, but I want to beat the best version of her. And everybody knows she could re-break Becky's face faster than you can say Nia Jax. Hell, she could kill her with her bare hands without breaking a sweat. And since they're the same age, she can say when Becky was training, she was main eventing in UFC, a brand that she made a household for a decade. Becky has to learn that any ring she steps into is her own, and she's going to own her at WrestleMania. And she slams the microphone down and storms off. But again, I just love how these two were like nose to nose, face to face, and Becky just had this look of Ronda had this like evil glare. Like I thought at first, like honestly, with how honestly, this is the match they want to see. Everyone wants to see. And we all know who everybody wants to win. It's Becky. But I mean, again, Ronda does not deserve to be booed for deserve to be like getting this heavy boost. Because again, she definitely has worked hard, but it's gonna be tough. So part of the guy wonders is what if they will start to, roll with a Ronda heel turn. I'm not too sure that they'll do that just to roll with the booze. But man, again, this was heated. I love that this was personal. I'm just like, can WrestleMania, like this was segment, I'm just like, can WrestleMania literally happen tomorrow? Like I was ready the moment that segment happens. Like I don't need to see any more. Screw Elimination Chamber, screw Fastlane. 69 days need to go by faster than this because I felt ready for WrestleMania 35. And again, I will be sitting in section 126 in MetLife Stadium, and I cannot wait for this match. Of course, like this was spin fire, and the fact that Becky showed up because Triple H said the night before, said earlier tonight that Becky's gonna make her decision tomorrow, but she was there tonight to make her decision. She knew who she wanted, and she gunned right for her. So I cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome. We get a backstage segment where Seth Rollins is still contemplating his decision, and Braun Strowman walks up to him and tells him he earned it last night and offered him a handshake. Rollins shakes his hand. Braun tells him to make the right choice and make it count at WrestleMania. And then we get a little Make-A-Wish package. I guess some kid named Ryan Wright or something like that got to meet Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey and Seth Rollins today, which is awesome for him. Then we have this match, and this match, believe it or not, was like my second option for the Universal title match at WrestleMania 35. It's not going to happen now because McIntyre's not going, and McIntyre hopefully will be on the card against Cena. I'm still saying Strowman. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with him now, but this match was all right. But then who would come out? Baron Corbin. This never-ending feud I thought was over the moment Braun Strowman took away Baron Corbin's general manager position. And then they do this thing where Corbin, manipulates Strowman into losing his Universal title shot. And now it basically just did a beatdown, and Strowman tried to gain his revenge with the chairs and the steel steps, and it looked like Strowman was ready to pretty much do the same thing to Corbin what he did with him and McIntyre and also Lashley, but Lashley was out there, did to Strowman that shattered his elbow. But instead, McIntyre got up, hit a Claymore on Strowman, and And then Corbin and McIntyre hit a double choke slam on Strowman into the steel steps. And when I saw it, I'm thinking, this, if they want to do a feud here at all, it should just be McIntyre and Strowman. But I unfortunately see this happening. And dear God, this better not happen at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane or not even WrestleMania. Anyone has me have this bad feeling. They're going to have Braun Strowman take on Corbin and McIntyre in a handicap match. No. I'll repeat. No. 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 You've already made Braun Strowman into just another guy. You ruined Corbin and made him, be unbearable to watch. Which, once again, get rid of the stupid corporate outfit because your days as being a general manager are gone. And 3, I am not going to see Drew McIntyre get all this momentum just to get squashed in a handicap match. Like, McIntyre, I wish he would have lasted a little bit longer in the Rumble. I don't get why Ziggler had to come back in the Rumble last night and be in the final 3. That was still stupid. I don't know why they did that. That happened there. And the fact that they're going to give all this momentum just to get squashed in a handicap match with Braun Strowman. Again, if they have a match just Strowman and McIntyre, like McIntyre needs to win that for sure. Like Strowman can take that loss there. But Strowman facing Corbin and McIntyre in a handicap match, like, gosh, I had this bad feeling, but let's wait and see though. Then we get oh God, oh gosh, why? Looking at first off, we backstage, we see Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan chatting. Then we see Paul Heyman knocking on Brock Lesnar's door before we go to break. And they announce again, here's who the Boss and Huggins connection are going to face next week on Raw. Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross. Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross. Is it safe to say that Nikki Cross is on Raw? And we're going to see what now? Nikki Cross team up with, of all people, Alicia Fox? Like, if anything, like if they weren't going to have Ember Moon, compete in this tag team thing, why not like Nikki Cross with Natalya? Like, they teamed up like a couple weeks ago. They could have teased like a team between them, Nikki Cross and Natalya. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but I'd rather see that than Natalya and Dana Brooke and, of all people, Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox. Again, there's no freaking depth. None of these teams aren't established. They're just 2 random women just saying, hey, let's team up and have a tag match. A typical women's tag match is not going to make a great tag team championship match for the women. Dear God. But then that's going to be the last Raw qualifying match next week for Chamber. But then we have Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman make their way out. I'm like, okay, they're coming out. Maybe Triple H will come out again. We'll see Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. So Heyman comes out, and Heyman says it's easy to make choices when you don't have options. And he only has one option, to go and challenge Daniel Bryan. Which, again, Bryan still has not come out yet. He says it takes a special kind of being to weather the beast's assault, especially in his house at WrestleMania for his title. And then Seth Rollins gets in there, goes face-to-face with Brock Lesnar, and he decks Lesnar and kicks to the gut off the ropes. But then he's caught into the F5, and then there's one. There's a second. Then there's a third, and then a fourth. And then the fourth one, Lesnar hit Rollins with it, and he landed on the title. And then, of course, the show kind of rushed off the air. But then Rollins then draws himself up, and he calls out Brock saying, "Hey Lesnar, is that all you got?" And then Lesnar hits him with a fifth F5. So it's pretty obvious that Seth Rollins is coming after Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's being treated like some big monster, but Rollins is hopefully, and he should, dethrone Lesnar at WrestleMania 35 for that championship. But the thing that was weird was like, why didn't they bring out Bryan? Like, why did they have Bryan come there if he wasn't even going to come out? Like, I didn't get that. I didn't get that part. Like, why couldn't they at least, have Bryan at least out there? But I didn't get that. That was weird there. But again, it was a good ending segment. But once again, a very inconsistent episode of Raw. I mean, some stuff I enjoyed. Again, the stuff with Becky and Ronda, the match with Ronda and Bayley, stuff that Rollins was involved with, even the match with Dean. But then again, most of that stuff in the middle, I was not okay with that. I wasn't a fan of the qualifying matches, and then there's no depth. Just random women just paired together. What's it called now? That happened there. Again, Elias turning heel pissed me off for sure. Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin, I was so weak. And then again, that stuff with Strowman, McIntyre, and Corbin again. Oh my gosh. So some stuff got me hyped for WrestleMania, but nothing on the show got me hyped for our next pay-per-view, which is Elimination Chamber. But let's check the live chat one more time. First check the poll on Twitter, check the live chat one more time. 9 votes on Twitter. What grade would you give Raw? 22% said A, 33% said B, 33% said C, and 12% said D or lower. My grade, honestly, is a C+. I mean, again, there was stuff I enjoyed. I can't say it was all awful, but most of that second hour was just absolute garbage. Like, I'd say from 8:45 until 10 o'clock, I was at the show. I'm like, this is, oh God, why am I doing this? But the last hour, besides stuff with McIntyre, Strowman, and Corbin, everything else I enjoyed. Like, I did find it a little strange again that they didn't even bring out Bryan, although he was there, which I didn't get why at that point. But we'll see where to go with Bryan. Again, maybe it could be Bray Wyatt. Who the heck knows? But check the live chat one more time. Let's see here. I think who do you think will see Bryan next for the WWE Championship? I'm not sure who now. I mean, I really have no clue where they're going to go with him now. Again, maybe Bray Wyatt, maybe Aleister Black, maybe I don't know, maybe. Well, I don't think Finn Balor is going to feud with him now, so can't say I'm not too sure. I can't say I'm too sure, honestly. Let's see here. I would love to see Aleister Black feud with Shinsuke or Daniel, which would be awesome matches for sure. Do you think this will be Kairi's last match on NXT this Wednesday? Good question. I'm not too sure. I feel if she does come, she'll go to SmackDown. And honestly, why not her challenge Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania? Again, that's a match I still want to see. That's a dream match of mine. And I think that they could definitely put on a good showing with that. When Bayley was shaking Ronda's hand, I was saying, come on, heel her. I was saying maybe Becky should stay out of the ring until that leg is at 100% because I want to see this match happen. I mean, she could, but again, I don't think she's for real hurt. I think she's just like selling the injury. I don't think she's for real hurt though. They already posted on WWE app Seth versus Brock, which is awesome. I sent some to your direct message. I don't get it. When the heck did she get hurt? Let me see here what you said, Mark. Let's see here. Come on, load the messages from Mark. Ember Moon is injured and needs surgery. What the hell? Dang, I gotta watch this video for sure, but what the heck happened? I don't get it. But is it safe to say that the man will be on Raw for now? She could, or we could, or she could simply float back and forth for now. Who knows? But maybe who knows? Good night, Michael. See you tomorrow for your review. See you then, Mark. He gave Raw a B. Okay, again, if at least like the stuff in between was a little bit more decent. I mean, okay, the stuff with Balor and Lashley, okay. That was okay. It wasn't great for me, but it was okay. I'm just not like extremely interested in the feud. But again, if at least a Balor getting the IC title, okay. But like the Elias heel turn, hated that. The qualifying matches, hated. But yeah, so I gave it a C plus, maybe because of that stuff. But that some of the stuff would at least been more like tolerable. I would have given it a higher grade than that. But thank you, Mark and Elite Squad, for joining me live, guys. Again, C plus for me for Raw this week. We'll see what SmackDown has to present tomorrow with a Fallout show from the Royal Rumble. What grade would you guys give this week's episode of Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe and more content on my channel. You may follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. And guys, I'll see you guys all later on for my SmackDown review. Of course, any odds and ends come for this channel as well. You'll be seeing those as well. So until then, guys, I'm out of here, and I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep because I did not sleep that much last night after that long show of the Rumble. Again, it was still good, but it was too long. So I'll hopefully get a good night's sleep, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my SmackDown live review. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.